So today it's time to work a little bit on my bike. It's had a little bit interesting phenomenon the last times I've been riding it. It works fine for 10 to 20 minutes. Then when it gets warm, it's impossible to start it back up. The idle gets lower and lower and then disappears, so it's really hard to keep it going in the turns and so on. It really wants to die for you the whole time. And then eventually it really does die, and then it's not possible to start it back up. Kicking not working, running with it not working. You just have to wait until it gets cold again, and that can take, depending on the outside temperature, a few hours or so. So training with it is kind of impossible. I thought it was a carburetor issue, but I replaced the carburetor, and then I had a mechanic, a skilled mechanic, not myself then, look at it, and still same problem, even if he looked over the carburetor and cleaned it and everything. And then during practice last week, my father came by and he said, "Yeah, I think you have a problem with the ignition coil." So that's what I'm doing today. I'm replacing the ignition coil. But I didn't get very far. I just removed the cover. And then when I was going to remove the next part, I realized I need a special tool to get it off. So I tried to build my own little tool, but it didn't work. So I had to go off to the store now and buy myself this little thing to pull it off. So that's my next step. Here's the bike. Let's begin the process by removing the cover first. Okay, it went fine to take my spare parts bike apart, but when I came to my main bike, I could not get this flywheel, the round cover thing, off. The nut is so tight, it's really impossible. And in my desperate attempts to keep the flywheel still while I was turning the nut, I slipped and broke a piece, or I chipped a little piece off the engine case. So I thought I ruined the whole bike there for a minute. And I started to plan that I had to replace all the bad parts on the spare parts bike and move over all the stuff that I just moved to the other direction. But then I thought, nah, maybe I can put this little piece back on somehow. I don't know. I'll have to figure something out, because it's too time consuming to change the bikes over again. And we have training in 3 days, so I have to fix this thing first. So now I'm out trying to find the tool to hold the flywheel still while I can turn the nut. So the first shop, no luck. They had never heard of such a tool, even if I showed them pictures of different versions online, but they not selling them. So I'm now off to the next shop trying to ask for that. Okay, so I've been to a second shop trying to find my little tool, but no luck. They called around and checked online and catalogs and stuff, but no luck. So now I'm off to a little bit larger city and see what they have there. Third time's the charm. Third shop, and they had a kind of the tool for me. This is for removing oil filters, but yeah, I brought a piece with me, so we measured, and hopefully it will work on the bike. So let's go home and try it out. Oh yeah, the new tool works. Woohoo! So interesting. They don't look the same inside. This is my main bike, and over here is the spare parts bike. In the ignition coil looks totally different. Okay, bad news. It seems not possible to take the ignition coil from the spare parts bike and put on my main bike, because they are quite different and they have different number of cables going to them. This one has only 2, and on the other bike there is 4, so I really don't know how to connect that. So I'm going to try and clean out everything here, because it's really dirty, and I'm just going to really thoroughly clean it and see if that makes any difference. That is my last hope. Otherwise, I think my motocross season is over for this year otherwise. I cleaned it out and put it all together. So it's time to see if it starts. Exciting! Let's see how this goes. First one. It works at least for now.